Well, hello there, sports fans. Welcome back to the channel. Where in the world is Wayne today? Well, today I am in Puerto Rio Tranquilo. This is a town in Chile that's most famous for the marble caves, these absolutely gorgeous rock and cave formations in a beautiful turquoise lake. My ultimate destination is going to be El Chaltén, which is where one of the most famous peaks in all of Patagonia is, and that is Mount Fitz Roy. Everybody takes a photo of Mount Fitz Roy. It's going to take me 3 days to get there, and it's going to be some pretty challenging riding. There's some deep gravel sections where actually one of my online friends broke his leg when he came through here a few months ago. So it'll be interesting, but it should be beautiful and fun. So let's go for a ride. So Ciao. Today's ride is going to take me into Argentina for the first time, and I'm leaving Puerto Rio Tranquilo, and I will end up in a town called Perito Moreno, not to be confused with the glacier. So we continued on Highway 7, also known as Carretera Austral, and it started out nice on a normal gravel road. It got a bit challenging as we got up in the mountains into the switchbacks, but the day was gorgeous with the snow-capped Andes Mountains in the background and these beautiful turquoise green lakes. Just stunning riding. Then I ran into these two guys from Brazil, and we rode the rest of the way together into Argentina and then Perito Moreno, where they continued south and I stopped for the night. The next day I rode from Perito Moreno to Gobernador Gregores, and right away you'll notice that the landscape has changed. No longer are we in the mountains with the beautiful lakes, but instead we're in this very kind of high desert plain on the east side of the Andes Mountains, which makes for a pretty boring ride, except for the fact that there were guanacos everywhere, and so I was constantly being entertained by these guanacos on the side of the road. Some of them ran away, others just kind of stood and looked at me as I went by. I knew that this particular leg was going to be stretching my fuel consumption a little bit, but there was a famous gas station. It's basically two pumps in the middle of nowhere where all these adventure riders have placed their stickers. And so I figured, well, I'll just stop there and I'll top up anyway, since I've got an opportunity to do that. And when I got there, they were closed. So I knew it would be a stretch just about a kilometer outside of my destination. I did run out of fuel, but thankfully I carry extra fuel, so there's no problem popping in the extra fuel and getting to the next gas station. Good morning, sports fans. What are we doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Well, we spent the night last night in Gobernador Gregores in Argentina, and today we're heading to El Chaltén, which is famous for the mountain called Mount Fitz Roy. We're going to spend a couple nights in El Chaltén. The challenge today is there's a dirt and gravel section that is called the leg breaker. There's some deep gravel sections. One of my friends online broke his leg a couple of months ago on this section. So it's a little windy out, but I think we should be okay today. So let's go for a ride. Very quickly, the road turned into a dirt and gravel road. And initially, it was easy going. This was not too challenging at all. But all of a sudden, I came upon these scarecrow-looking guys announcing that I was about to enter a pretty rough section of gravel road. This gravel was very deep. You had to stay in the ruts, the tire ruts created by the cars. If you had a moment's lapse in concentration and your front tire got out of that rut and into the deep gravel, it was a real challenge to get it back. I did learn from this, though, that the best thing to do, if you get that wheel, your front wheel in the deep gravel, just keep on the accelerator until you can get yourself back into another rut. It was very challenging. It went on for about 70 kilometers, but I came out of it unscathed. One of the nice things about this particular ride is, while the terrain itself was kind of boring and flat, Argentina has some of the most beautiful turquoise lakes. And so here I am coming up on this gorgeous lake, and the colors were just spectacular. Of course, we had a beautiful day as well, but just take a look at the color of this lake. And then once the gravel ended, it turned into this really nice two-lane paved highway, and you could start to see the mountain range in the distance where Mount Fitz Roy is situated. Tremendous picture-taking opportunities, so let's just take a look. I finally start to enter the town of El Chaltén. I'm following this beautiful river. You can see that the landscape is really starting to get dramatic. I get into the entrance to the town, get my picture taken in front of the El Chaltén sign, and then I pull into the first restaurant I see because I haven't eaten anything since early that morning. And as I'm in having lunch, this group of people comes by and they stop and they look at the motorcycle, and this was kind of a common occurrence down in South America. They don't see these big bikes too often. Once I had lunch, I got checked into my hostel and I went for a little walk. My hostel was right next to this beautiful turquoise river. Across the river is this large rock formation, and there were a number of climbers that were out there rock climbing the couple of days that I were there, but just truly an amazingly beautiful spot. Then the next morning, we decided to hike up to Fitz Roy. Now, there's two ways you can go. You can hike up part way, which takes a couple of hours, or you can hike all the way up, which is about a 4 to 5 hour one way. And we opted to just go up a couple of hours. But just take a look at this scenery. All right, folks, well, that does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was super fun to see these beautiful, beautiful sights, some challenging riding and some beautiful riding. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next ride. Ciao.